I honestly cannot believe 2023 is coming to an end. And I wanted to jump on here and do a little bit more of a kind of a personal closeout to the year because it has been quite a doozy for so many of us. And I just think that the similarities and the overlaps of the types of questions that I get shows me over and over and over again exactly what is going to be relayed in this message. So I just wanted to share because I feel like each time the God Squad shares with me, in this particular instance, it's Bernadette with a different guide that's helping. There's a sense of willingness is probably the best word to describe it, to share this. And there's no expectation of who's able to receive it. That's none of my concern at all. The message isn't mine. I'm the microphone or the instrument that it comes through. I seem to benefit from it as equally as others do. But that benefactor and beneficiary piece is in direct correlation and alignment with where I am in my own journey. So I've talked about that before, but I'm going to go deeper in this particular video on mirror and why the mirror is so important. And, you know, what I find for myself specifically in this journey is that I no longer use the dreamscape as part of my means of anything in this life other than a preview to what I'm believing in this moment. It's that simple. But because it is that simple, we tend to make it more complex. We, the computer, seems to think that it needs to be far more complex than that. So I'm going to go deeper and I'm going to be really tangible in relaying how this is working in the dreamscape for Kelly, because I do feel that that does help others in their own unique appearing dreamscapes, which are aspects of this oneness. Okay, so let's take a step back. We are seeming to have this very unique human experience. We seem to have forgotten to remember our truth of what we really are, our true divine nature, of how big and powerful and strong we are in the connection to all of this, which we call oneness, or God, or universe, or love. We seem to assume that others are having the same exact experience as us. So when we engage with others in this apparent dreamscape, we are approaching those engagements with the mindset that the person we're having the conversation with is absolutely understanding everything we're saying. And that's the biggest first source of suffering in the human realm. No two are seen from the same space. So how could we expect anyone to correlate what we're relating when they're purviewing it from somewhere else along a 365-degree variable grid of opportunities? So I'm going to break that down a little bit more. We talked in detail in the Talking to the Dead series and took it even further into the Breathe series, which is still ongoing. And in 2023, all that content was giving us different purviews in the variables, different ways of seeing. None of them are meant to be a dogma or a practice, but a tool to awakening something that seems to be interested in understanding the complexity or appearing complexity of this human dream. Each arising to shed those layers down or those veils, which is why you'll hear me say over and over again, listen to this series repeatedly. And I'm going to go into deeper why that's so important. In the dreamscape, just like in a video game, there are keys embedded in the program. Call it a dimensional loophole, call it a karmic expansion spot, call it a portal, call it whatever you want to call it. I prefer to just say a glitch in the matrix. But there are no glitches. It's all intentional. It's all purposeful. It's all meaningful, and it's all part of the flow. So let's just say Kelly's avatar is moving along. How's that for a robot? Let's throw some dancing in there. Is moving along, and all of a sudden, say she's in an airport and she's on one of those little escalators that take you from gate to gate. Been doing a lot of that lately, so it comes up naturally for me right now. And let's say there's a gentleman with his luggage right behind her. And as we're going across this gate, Kelly's able to see it. There's a podium there. There's people sitting there waiting for that flight. There's apparently an airplane outside ready to engage those people. And she very much sees it. Now, the gentleman behind her, who's also looking the same way, sees a window, sees a landscape outside the window, sees nothing else. How is that possible? You say it's impossible. I say it's very possible. In fact, it's what's happening. We only see what we're capable of seeing based on our variable and vibration at that moment. It's exactly intrinsically the truest, most true thing that can be happening for your avatar. Now, it's why it's a personal journey. Certainly, I could turn around and say to the gentleman behind me, oh my goodness, what a full flight that must be, and start engaging a conversation in which he may or may not seem to understand what I'm relaying. But what I've found personally in the journey is that the engagement with the gentleman behind me is way less necessary, but it is a variable that could take me down a different degree of loopholes that keep me stuck in that moment. So I'll play both scenarios out. Turn, talk to the gentleman, start engaging about that fullness of the flight, et cetera, et cetera. And all of a sudden I'm in a story with another avatar, having a conversation which may go into, oh, they charge so much for flights anymore, or, oh, this way they pack us in these planes like sardines. It could go so many ways. It could also be, oh, they're managing it so lovely. They're getting people through the gate. It doesn't really matter what the dualistic engagement could be with that person. What does matter is that in the silence of not having that conversation, more of that portal may open. Yet if I turn to the engagement in the dream, I probably would miss that. And that's exactly how simple and subtle this works. 2023 has been a year of moving through navigational understanding of how big of a vibrational impact we make based on every single now moment. It's not about what others are doing in your life. They certainly can distract you, as can the experiences and the expressions with them. What we're intended to have as a collaboration with others in this dreamscape is already predetermined. There is no coincidence. So if we rest easy in unwavering faith, there are no missed opportunities. That's a story. There are no broken points. That's a story. There are no endings to love. That's a story. In the expression of Kelly, what I'm noticing, and it has become so profound in 2023 specifically, is that the less I engage with any of the stories and the more I just acknowledge them. Look at you, you cute little story trying to form here. Aren't you a slippery little sucker? I saw you. I acknowledged you. I gave you love. I didn't resist you. Let's keep moving down the escalator. Let's keep moving. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Like Dory from Finding Nemo. You know, just keep swimming. See it all. Attach to none of it. Repeat none of it. Engage with none of it. Use it as the tool to help you navigate the map, which is the mirror, the expression, what's coming in front of you, everything you need. God delivers everything you need. God being an energy, not a person. You are a part of that. Everything you need, every key to the castle, every expression of that moment, trickling right in front of you. Don't worry about what I see or you see or what they see. It's not hierarchical. We're each getting exactly what we need in that moment. Stay true to that. Stay true to that. And the rest just comes. But we're busy in the mind. We're busy in the dream. We're busy in the needing, the wanting, the desires, the passions for. But I mean this, and I really, really do mean this. You get all of that times a million. It's expressed in so much more profound deliciousness when you're not tapping every single thing, having a conversation with every single person around you. Now, I'm not saying ignore life. Be aware. That's it. Have the conversation with the person behind you. Oh, isn't that lovely how they're managing the flights? Gentleman says, yes, it is. And the whole story just continues. Or if you get caught in the dream for a minute, oh, I cannot believe how horribly they're managing that flight. And the gentleman goes for 10 minutes about that. And then you catch that playing out and you say, almost got me. As long as awareness is aware, awareness will do the rest. Breathe and don't resist. The rest is taken care of, right? That's what the angels told me when I was pushed back into the body, back into the sardine can, back into this dreamscape. The mirror is always reflecting that which we need to see. It's that simple. It's that simple. Move, 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 move. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Who is the clearest of them all? Oh, I was very excited about this exercise. Now, in this exercise, what I'm doing is I'm looking right into my own eyes in the mirror. We've all done this. The longer we engage with that direct look, I see you. I see you. I see you. I love you. You're doing so beautiful. Thank you for this body to do this work, to be this connected. Thank you. I love you. And I appreciate having all of these expressions to get to play that out. I don't understand it all the time, and I don't need to. You understand it. You meet me time and again. And when I forget, you pull me back right here to this open heart to say, your only role is to breathe and not resist. The rest is being taken care of. It's okay, my child, when you run back into the dream for a bit. Just come home. Come home. Home, right here. It's that little space between this and this that says, I see you and I love you. Thisness is your playground to experience all of these expressions. I could not know this as all of it. I couldn't know what being unique, individual, and organically my own true divine nature as all of it. Look at this. Look at you. You're perfect. You're whole. You're complete. You are boundless aliveness being expressed in a physical vessel you chose, with partners and experiences and expressions that you chose. Living life, having wins and losses, having loved and lost it, having danced and forgotten. All of it is being expressed here, not as a game, not to harm you, not to happen to you, but as an expression of how absolutely powerful you are. In 2024, this is only going to expand more. We have so many big, exciting things coming for you guys. So I really just wanted to jump on here and go a little bit deeper in what we covered for 2023. When you seem to get caught in the story again, going back and re-listening to those free audiobooks is not just me plugging stuff that's been shared. It's not even mine to plug. But each time you listen to it, there are more keys in the castle from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 that maybe you hadn't reached the first time you listened. That's how this works. Keep listening. More keys fall out of that recording. We call it Shaktiput. Energetic vibrational sharings coming from the heart. That's all that's ever expressed here. I wish you the most amazing, safe, happy New Year's Eve. And for many of you, it's already New Year's Day, depending upon where you're listening to this. But I promise you, this time-space continuum that we're all so attached to is also lessening its value in our understanding. We're not compartmentalizing our lives anymore around time and space. This is a good thing. This is an expansion. We are unlearning and shedding and unraveling and all of the ancestral stuff that used to be in our backpacks of life is no longer being slayed to us or us to it. We are not the slave of our thoughts. Our thoughts can be absolute blessings when we understand that we are the masters, that we are. Much love. Happy 2024, you all. I send you the best. Until next time.